All right, so today we are taking Nemo, Bunny for their first, what is going on? For their first vet appointment. And then we're also taking, Nemo is really freaking out in his carrier. And then we're also taking Baby and Aurora because they just need their annual checkup. So it is a crazy day. We're taking them in 2 different loads. Nemo, why are you freaking out? My son is absolutely freaking out right now. Oh my God. All right, so we are back. I've got my mask lines from the vet, and that's Aurora. She's next. But Nemo freaked me out so much. He had so much anxiety going to the vet that he was like foaming at the mouth, freaking out in his carrier. There ended up being all dogs in the waiting room that were just barking at the top of their lungs. And he had practically, he was basically panicking. He's basically having a panic attack. So it was just incredibly stressful. I ended up taking him outside. Yes, it was cold, but like at least the dogs weren't there. He, clean bill of health. Baby, however, had a bunch of stuff in her pee. She's been straining litter box and she had like crystals in her pee. She had like sugar in her pee, which can mean that she could be early diabetic. So we don't know if she was just stressed going there or what's going on, but we're taking her back to the vet in 2 weeks. They're going to test her again and see what's going on. But I was like, you were my clean bill of health child. A year ago, you were fine. I also thought she gained a ton of weight. My daughter even lost like 0.1 pounds or something. She's been a dough ball for the past year. So Aurora, you're going to get your time at the vet. Calm down. So yeah, we're trying to drug Aurora because Aurora's kind of mean. And so we're trying to get her to eat gabapentin in her food so that she's a little calmer when she goes. But she hasn't eaten much of it, so that's stressful. So I'm just exhausted. I came home and I was just dripping in sweat because it was just so stressful with Nemo being so stressed. Next time, I think we're taking the siblings together, Nemo and Bunny. So yeah, in like an hour, we have Bunny and Aurora. So wish us luck. Round 2, we have Bunny and Aurora. And let's do this. This is Bun Bun. So I'm hoping this is going to go better than the last time and that Bunny is not going to foam at the mouth and have a panic attack. You're doing so good, Bun Bun. Better than your brother. Good girl. All right, we are back and Bunny is just the spitting image of health. Aurora she always has like breathing issues and it's gotten worse since the kittens have been here because when she hisses, it gets worse. But we're just gonna kind of monitor that and see. And we're also gonna monitor her possible chest pain. When we pick her up by the chest, she kind of meows like maybe it hurts, but we're not really sure. So we're just gonna kind of monitor that and see what happens, because I thought there was maybe a mass growing in her chest because it felt like she had gained weight and gained it in her chest, and she just said that it didn't feel like there was anything in her chest, it was just weight. So my cat's just getting fatter and nothing's wrong with that, and so we're all good. So yeah, it's just Baby that we have another appointment in 2 weeks to like check her urine again, because yeah, that is definitely concerning that she might be diabetic, because I think you have to give like daily insulin shots, and that sounds awful. But there's also like a low carb diet I think you can do too. So sorry, I have cat hair just everywhere, so my nose is very irritated by it. So anyway, I am so exhausted, so I'm gonna just like crash out. I still have those mask marks on my face. I'm so tired, but yeah, we really love our vets. They're so sweet. There were also a lot of dogs barking in the waiting room again tonight with Bunny and Aurora, but they did so good. Women are so brave. Like Bunny, she was like shaking, so you could tell she was so nervous, especially when the dogs were barking, she would shake. But she was like totally cool. She was giving me the eyes like, all right, we're good, we can get through this. I know that you're okay, and so I'm okay. And so like they were just calm. And Aurora, we do have to give gabapentin too, so that she's a little drugged up. So she was obviously fine, and no one got scratched or anything, so that was good. So yes, successful vet trips, and we're just kind of waiting to see what is going to happen with Baby, because I'm pretty nervous about that. Definitely don't want her to be diabetic. for everybody's sake. So yeah, that's the update. So my current hypothesis is that maybe Nemo was stung when he was outside because his left lip is swollen today. And he still kind of is sticking his tongue out a little bit, and it's just really weird. The other possibility was that we fed him a treat right before he left, and we just grabbed what we could, and he had never had that treat before, so maybe he reacted to it and was actually allergic to whatever food was in there. I don't know. It's just really weird and confusing because he was foaming at the mouth, and then he was going like this with both paws, like he had swallowed something and he was trying to get it out, but maybe if something stung him, he was trying to get it out of his lip. But it is swollen today, and I pressed on it because I was trying to see if it was swollen or if I could lift it up to look on the inside, and he meowed like it hurt. So I'm like, do we need to take him back to the vet today? We were there last night, and I mentioned the foaming, but they didn't seem concerned. I think they also thought it was anxiety of him just going to the vet. But maybe he was fine. And then when we put the carriers outside to take them to the car, maybe he was then stung by something. But it's so cold out, I just couldn't imagine him being stung or anything being out right now. And then today, Aurora is also not really eating. She got a rabies shot yesterday, so we're hoping it's just that, having hot flash. Maybe she's reacting to it or, doesn't feel well, because we know I haven't felt well after vaccines. So I feel bad for her. And then poor Joy, who didn't even go to the vet yesterday, she is really not doing well. And we know the end might be soon because she's really old, especially for a feral cat, and she's really having a hard time walking, and so she might have a lot of arthritis, and she's also definitely mostly deaf. And my mom thinks that her eyesight is going as well. But she didn't eat breakfast. She didn't even come down today. Mom had to go into a carrier and get her and bring her out to see if she was still alive. And she's still alive, but then she's had also really bad diarrhea. So we don't know what's going on, but we really don't want to have to take her into the vet because the fright of that could just kill her, because she is a feral cat and she just really, really freaks out when we take her to the vet. So they're everyone is just not doing well and we're trying to figure it out. So that is today's update, but it's stressful, especially with Nemo. I also felt like he was tremoring a little bit. I put my hand on him, and when he was purring, his whole body was shaking, which doesn't usually happen. And then even when he was just breathing, it looked like he was tremoring. And when I put my hand on his foot, it was the muscle was almost tremoring. So it's just really confusing. I'm keeping a very close eye on him. And if anything changes, then we'll take him back to the vet. But poor boy, everyone is just having a really rough day. Good boy. It's okay, buddy. With him, but he's not feeling good. He's okay, sweet boy. All right, we are back home. What a nightmare. So Nemo was just starting to get worse and worse, honestly, and just off by himself. I mean, he just wasn't doing well and meowing like he was in pain, yada, yada, yada. So took him to an emergency appointment at our vet and had to wait for a while because we were emergency appointment, and he was just really lethargic, and he was falling asleep, which was weird because normally cats at the vet, and him Nemo yesterday was just freaked. So finally the vet came in. I don't think we'd ever met her before because we would just see whatever vet we could. And what the little boy did yesterday is, before we went to the vet, we think, when he was thrashing around, he literally, his canine tooth went through into his cheek or in his lip. And then today what's been happening is his lower tooth was going into the lip and causing additional pain. And so the poor boy had a puncture wound. I'm having hot flash. And so he is okay now. But yeah, he literally, and the vet was I've never seen this before. So he is going to be fine now, thank God, because my thought was he's had a stroke, he's had a seizure, he's had an allergic reaction, or something had stung him. Those are all of my best ideas. Yeah, he's running around now. He's doing so much better almost immediately. He was a lot more alert, but very scary. So yeah, very relieved that it wasn't any of those scary things, and it sucks that he's been in pain, and he's now going to be on some antibiotics just so he doesn't get an infection. But so scary. I was like internally panicking. I stay very calm in moments of crisis, but what a relief. So yeah, crazy that we were just there at the vet. But I think when the vet looked at his mouth, she like looked at his other cheek, not the one that he punctured, and so she just, I don't think, saw it. So anyway, we're good. Everybody's okay, other than Joy, who has had 4 bouts of really bad diarrhea today. She did come down for dinner. We'll see if she eats, but she did come down the stairs, so that was good. But she is very old, so the end might be near, but it's just been a panicked day. But we're good. So that's the current update, and he should continue to improve, and all should be well.